Hi, so let me just jump in here. This is actually the second part of my placements video, so if you want to see the first part, check out the link in the description box below or over here to make sure that you get all of the information. And yeah, let's get to it. Now let's talk about the application process. So I'm gonna tell you how it was for me, but I'm also gonna tell you how it might look for you because my situation wasn't exactly standard, I would say. So I heard about my placement in September and the applications for that placement were due at the end of October. So I filled out my application, then like a month later or so, they let me know that I was invited for an interview. This interview took place at the beginning of December, and like a week afterwards they let me know that I was accepted for the placement. I didn't have to send them a CV, I didn't have to send them a cover letter, I only had to fill out a long ass application and do a basic interview. But I think this was a little bit different because it was for the NHS. I heard from other people that if you apply for a private company, there are numerous other things that you might have to do. So definitely a CV, definitely a cover letter. There might or might not be assessment centers. There might or might not be online tests. There might also be online interviews. There might also be video interviews, which is different from online interviews. Let me explain. So my friend that is applying for the marketing job that I told you about, she actually had a video interview, but it wasn't actually an interview because it wasn't live. She just had to answer a question and record herself answering that question. So that's generally the process. I really want to go into more depth about this, but I think I'm gonna dive into that in a different video. Another question you might be having is, should I apply to more placement opportunities than just one? My answer is yes, even though it is not what I did personally. So because I wanted a paid placement and I also wanted something to do with statistics, there weren't really that many opportunities out there. So this placement that I got, that I'm doing, was perfect for me in that aspect. So since I didn't really see any other placement opportunities that I was into, I was like, well, why would I spend a year doing something that I don't enjoy? So basically what I'm trying to say is that you should try to apply for more opportunities at once. But hear me out. You should only apply to opportunities that you could actually see yourself doing for an entire year. Because when you're applying for a position and you're not really feeling passionate about it, it's gonna be clear from your application that you just don't care. If you apply for multiple opportunities, you increase your chances, but at the same time, keep in mind whether you actually want to do that set placement. And one more thing, when you're applying for a placement, it's not just the knowledge from your degree that they want to see. What really helped me, I think, was that I was involved in a lot of extracurricular activities in my second year, and that really allowed me to talk about my skills. So if you want to increase your chances, consider, you know, taking part in a society, organizing something, just be a bit more involved. If somebody sees that you're very proactive, they're gonna be like, amazing! It's the coffee again. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, basically, the more you get involved, the more you're gonna be able to talk about your skills and the more of a chance you're gonna get at getting a placement. Simple as that. Now I want to mention some pros and cons in case you're undecided or you don't really know about the pros and cons. I don't know, I'm just gonna tell you about the pros and cons. So pros, let's start with the positives. So for me personally, number one thing is having a consistent schedule, because being at university and having one class at 9 AM and another one at 7 PM, like, I just hated that. I just fucking hated everything about that. Having a clear schedule and knowing what I'm gonna do Monday to Friday every single day, I really like that. I heard that some people had a hard time adjusting to that, so maybe you're gonna have a hard time adjusting to that, but honestly for me it was a godsend. Second of all, adult money. Oh my god. It is just so nice. I could do my weekly shops at Waitrose and I would still be under budget. And this isn't just good, you know, for day-to-day spending, but also if you wanna, I don't know, save up for a car, save up for an apartment, or, you know, if you just want the latest MacBook Pro. That's a really good opportunity to do that. Another pro is actually learning a lot of things. I learned so many things in my 6 months of my placement that I didn't learn in my 2 years of university. What I learned at my placement are really applicable, valuable skills that I wouldn't have had a chance to learn if I continued to do my degree. But either way, you're gonna learn a lot about the work environment, you're gonna learn a lot about office politics, you're gonna learn that you're not supposed to wear leggings to work. Didn't happen to me, by the way. As much as I like my sweatpants. Just want to put that out there. It will also give you a chance to build contacts. Building contacts can be really great for when you're looking for a graduate job after you graduate. And doing a placement really makes you step out of your comfort zone as well. So this isn't necessarily the case for me, but a lot of people have told me that after having done their placement, they felt a lot more confident. That hasn't happened to me yet, but 6 more months to go, we'll see. I think the reason for that for me is because I haven't really seen anybody in person, which is just really intimidating for me. So yeah. Another big pro for me was that it gave me a chance to take a break from studying. You know, it's really difficult because like I love learning, but at the same time I just hate university experience. You constantly go through periods of having too much to do and not having enough to do, and that just messes with my head. Having something a bit more stable is definitely a plus for me, and after this year I'm gonna be refreshed and ready to have another mental breakdown in my 3rd year of university. Can't wait! So another pro that I want to mention is solidifying your career choices. Just a fancy way of saying knowing whether you want to do what you do at your placement for the rest of your life. Now, for example, like I said, psychology student working in data analysis. I realized, you know, data analysis, it's not really as fun as I thought it would be. You're probably thinking, why the fuck did you even think that data analysis was gonna be fun to begin with? Well, I don't know, okay? I don't have an answer to that. Maybe it's just a little bit different because I don't get to go to the office, and you know, it's just a little bit different from having a normal placement experience. But I just, you know, thought about it and I was like, if I had to do this for the rest of my life, I would just go ahead and fucking kill myself right now. So yeah, when you go on to do a placement, you can actually see what it is day to day and whether you can see yourself doing it. I think it's really important to know what you want, and if you do a placement, it's gonna help you realize that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing if you realize that you actually wasted a year doing something that you don't really like. Now let's get into the gray area of the pros and cons. You might be asked to move to a new city, and that could be a positive or a negative depending on which city is it and also what type of a person you are. For me personally, it would have been a con because I hate London. It's too busy and it just gives me anxiety even being there, and it's too loud and I just don't like it. But for other people, they might really enjoy the nightlife, enjoy the cultural scene of London, and it would have been a dream come true. Which kind of brings me to my next con, which is losing friends. I have heard really a lot of opinions on this topic. Some people said that, you know, going abroad was the worst thing that they had ever done because in their 3rd year they didn't have any friends. But some people have also told me, oh, you know, you can make friends anytime, like it doesn't really matter. So again, this is gonna be very subjective depending on what type of person you are and how easy it is for you to find friends. And one last con that I need to mention, which is kind of important, is you're gonna have to deal with a lot of rejection. And that can be really motivating and really soul-crushing. I can't really talk about this much because I literally got the first placement that I applied for. Hashtag blessed again. But I have experience applying for part-time jobs and I got rejected from pretty much every single one of them. So yeah. But the best way to avoid this really is to be as prepared as you can. There's a lot of help that your university is going to offer, and there's also loads of resources out there on the internet. Me? That can basically help you, walk you through the application process, writing your CV, doing interviews, all that kind of stuff. So really just put a lot of effort into it. And if you do your best and you still don't get an interview, then you're gonna know that there isn't anything else that you could have done. So yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to in this video. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give me a like. Think about subscribing if you want to stick around and, you know, get more extra hot tips on surviving in this modern world that is just doomed. Let me know if you have any questions or if there is something that you would like me to mention in the next video. And yeah, I just hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you again at some point, hopefully. Why is my voice so high? That is so weird. Sorry my cat didn't make an appearance today, but she's sleeping. Actually, I can just show you over there. Ha! Hello! Oh, so cute. Oh my god. Okay, I'll see you.